Super hot. Super hot. Super hot.
Hello guys, welcome back to Gaming Your Own Way. My name is Chad, and today we're here to talk about your new favorite game, SUPERHOT. Your new favorite game is going to be a new series on the channel. In these videos, I'm going to highlight various games that I think are really enjoyable that I think you might want to give a try. Some of them might be well-known games, but others of them might be hidden gems that you have yet to hear of. If I convince you to try these games, or you're at least intrigued by them, let me know down in the comments below. If you've already played the game I'm talking about and you really enjoy it, also let us know down in the comments below. Lastly, make sure to leave a comment about what your most recent favorite game is. If it's something that intrigues me or that I also enjoy, I might feature it in a later video. While you're at it, make sure to hit the like and subscribe buttons and the notification bell so you get notifications for new videos like this. Also make sure to go follow me on Twitch. I stream on Saturdays, Mondays, and Thursdays at 7 p.m. Central Time, with Thursdays being a community stream that you guys get to vote on. Make sure to check out the community tab of this channel to vote on the Thursday game. Alright, with that out of the way, let's talk about SUPERHOT. First, let's talk about the platforms on which you can play SUPERHOT. Well, good news, unless you play games exclusively on a Samsung smart fridge, whatever console you have should be capable of playing the game. SUPERHOT is available on PS4 and PS5 via backwards compatibility, Xbox One, Xbox Series X and S, PC, the Nintendo Switch, Stadia, and it's available in VR. I've never played SUPERHOT in VR myself, but I've seen some gameplay and I can only imagine that it is super cool. Now let's talk a little bit about what SUPERHOT is. SUPERHOT is an innovative shooter where you play as a polygonal guy trying to kill other red polygonal guys. The catch is that time only moves whenever you move. Well, that's what everyone says, including the game developer, but that's not entirely true. Time just moves really slowly when you aren't moving. SUPERHOT's gameplay is an example where shooter and puzzle mechanics collide, as you'll need to take advantage of all of these slow-mo sequences to assess your situations carefully and proceed through a hail of gunfire and storming enemies. Your character will have the ability to melee enemies with their fists, a bat, or a katana, shoot them with one of the pistol, shotgun, or assault rifle, or hit them with throwables scattered throughout the area, including hurling your gun at them. It's worth noting that whenever you kill an enemy, you do get this very satisfying particle effect as they die. You can also take control of your enemies via body swap. Just remember that you will forfeit your weapon and your opponent's weapon whenever you do this. SUPERHOT does have a story, and it's kind of interesting. It's something you would expect to see out of an 80s hacker movie like War Games. And personally, it didn't really captivate me, but what really captured my attention were the levels and challenges. Each level in the story provides a different challenge, some of them relatively easy and straightforward, and some of them more unfair. Upon completing the story, you unlock challenge mode and endless mode, where you can put your skills to the test by beating the game under certain conditions, like katana only, time trials, or just fighting endless waves of enemies to see how long you can survive. It's also worth noting that when you watch gameplay, it's one of those games where it seems really easy until you try it. Then once you do and you experience the challenge, it can be hard to put down. I will be really honest that I don't expect this story to be what holds you to the game. So if you're a player that really lives on story mode, then I'm afraid this game might not be for you. But if you love a good challenge or a puzzle, then you might really enjoy this game. It can also be a really fun game to challenge your friends to, challenging each other to see who can rack up the highest number of kills in endless mode. Now that we've talked about the game though, let's talk about the price. SUPERHOT retails for $24.99 USD on all platforms. However, if you act quickly, it is currently on sale for PS4 and PS5 for $9.99 until March 2nd, 2023. I will say personally that while I do really enjoy this game, I would say to put this game in your wishlist and grab it while it's on sale. While I do really enjoy this game, I don't think that I can recommend it at a $25 price point. For $10 though, it's absolutely a great buy. Now let's talk about some of the pros and the cons of SUPERHOT, because I would be doing you an injustice if I did not tell you some of the negative parts of the game. The biggest pro, in my opinion, being the unique gameplay. It really is the first game kind of its style, where you have kind of this time-bending shooter. After that, really what kept me playing the game were all of the different challenges for you to take on. Even after I finished the story, I still found myself playing the game for hours just doing endless mode and the various challenges. As I mentioned a little earlier, it's also a great LAN party game to play with your friends and challenge each other as if you were making your own leaderboard. But now let's talk about the cons and why I recommend that maybe you get it at a lower price point than full retail price. First, let's talk about the story. As I mentioned, it's not the most enticing. You may like it if you enjoy that kind of old-style hacker story, and it is really cheesy and fun. But don't go into it expecting like deep lore and RPG mechanics. While we're talking about the story, it's important to mention that the story is very short. I would expect that you can complete the story for this game in 1 to 2 hours. Thus, once again, reiterating my point that this maybe isn't a $25 game. Now, another is a con that I will mention that some people find to be a con, others do not, and that is that its gameplay is somewhat limited in terms of mechanics. The game is not overly complex. The challenge of this game does not lie in memorizing a vast number of really complex mechanics and utilizing the optimal strategy for a given situation. It's about mastering a very basic set of tools and then trying to get really, really good with them. I don't know that I would go so far as to say this game is simplistic, but if you really enjoy complex mechanics in your games, then this might be a downfall for you. And like I said, at the end of the game, this really is a puzzle game. The joy in this game really does come from beating the various challenges and trying to hit that expert level with the mechanics they give you. So if a game that is limited in scope is something that doesn't interest you, then this may not be the game for you. Another thing that might be worth mentioning is the static sound you hear whenever you're in between levels or after you die. I'm not gonna lie, it can get a little old. Finally, the last and potentially the biggest con of all is that after playing this game, you will never be able to hear the word super without being able to follow it up with the word hot. Overall, in my personal opinion, none of these cons are enough to not justify getting the game. This is not a game in which you will put 50 to 100 hours in, but in my opinion, that's okay. I'm going to be honest, as someone who is an adult and doesn't have time for 100-hour campaigns anymore, I found a short game limited in scope but endless in challenge to be a very refreshing take for video games. Overall, SUPERHOT is the most innovative shooter I've played in years. It's an excellent game and should give you a great break between massive games, or if you have a couple of hours to kill and need a quick game to play, SUPERHOT is always there for you. I would definitely make it your next sale purchase. Guys, hopefully you enjoyed this. If you end up trying SUPERHOT, let me know down in the comments below. Let me also know, as I said, what is your current favorite game right now? Make sure to hit the like button, subscribe, and notification bell so you get notifications for new videos like this. Follow me on Twitch, and we will see you guys in a later video. Have a great day.